Well, as you can see from Trump's statement as he went into court this morning, he is very much aware that he's not only going to be facing the jury inside that courtroom at 100 Center Street here, but he's also going to be facing the jury of public opinion. And his overarching argument is going to be that this is an assault on America. This is the persecution of Donald Trump, and in extension of that, it is the persecution of Trump supporters. And that is indeed the rhetoric that we're also hearing here outside the courtroom. We heard earlier on here a far-right activist, Laura Loomer, speaking into a megaphone, saying that this trial is political persecution and that it is the persecution of all Trump supporters and that they should be alarmed. So really there's concerns about the impact of Trump's rhetoric on democracy in this country. I must point out that this is the only one of the 4 criminal trials that's likely to be heard before the election. Now, he's on trial for these alleged hush money payments that were made in the lead up to the 2016 election, allegedly to silence his alleged mistresses, to stop this news from coming out. And the prosecution is going to argue over the course of this 6 to 8 week trial that actually he was trying to influence the outcome of that election. That is a very serious charge, a felony charge, and that could end up landing him in prison. He's charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records, and each one of those counts, if he's found guilty, could lead to 4 years in prison. Of course, it'd be at the judge's discretion, and he may, even if convicted, not actually end up facing any prison time because this is a non-violent crime, but still, it would be pretty catastrophic for him and for his campaign if he were to be convicted.
Now, Jessica, Donald Trump is, of course, in court today for the start of the trial, but we understand he's going to have to spend quite a bit of time in court in the weeks ahead. How's he going to balance those obligations with also travelling around the United States to campaign again for the presidency?
Well, he's complained a lot about that. He's essentially got to be in court every day, but he's sort of using this as an opportunity to campaign because he comes out and he speaks to the cameras each day and makes these statements about this, for example, today being an assault on America. So this is part of his campaigning. He's integrating it, and actually it is helping him raise funds to an extent. So he's just having to go with the flow, but he's very good at that, and he is actually managing to convince most of his supporters that this is a witch hunt, because we are at a time in America and perhaps across the world where really facts seem to matter less, and it's who speaks the loudest. And Donald Trump is trying to, you might argue, undermine the legal system so that people don't even believe that this is a real trial. At least his supporters don't believe that. Now, that said, if he were to be convicted, polls do indicate that he then might lose some support. So that would be pretty catastrophic for him in an election that looks like it's going to be decided on a razor-thin margin.